Hello everyone. Previously we had discussed about the read-only properties. So we also saw with the two examples. One is basic read-only property and the read-only arrays. Right. Today we'll be discussing about the mapped types. So when I say map types basically allow it allows us to transform the properties of an existing type. Again, I'm telling this is simple. It allows us to transform the properties of an existing type. Basically, this is useful for creating modified versions of types, right? So, how it is useful? It is useful for creating modified versions of the types. So, I'll just come here quickly. Let's try to understand the same thing with the very simple examples. So, first example, let's go with the adding read only to all properties, and the second example, let's go with creating optional properties, right? So read only property we already know, we already have understood the read only. So let's try to add the read only to all the properties, right? So I'll quickly come here. Let me give here type user. Let me include two this one properties. One is name, which is of the type string, and another one I'll just consider age, which is of the type number. So I'll come out of this. Let me give here type. Let's make use of the read only user. Within this one, I have let's set this one read only, right? First, let's set this one to read only. Within the array, let's make use of k in key of user. So let's set this one to the user. User I have considered right here, type user. Yeah, let's set this one to the user within the array, nothing but capital K that we have considered here. So let me come out of this. Let me quickly consider the variable name users. So assign this one to the read only user I have considered, right? So yeah, within the object, let me consider name. So this will be name will be Bharadwaj, and age will be, I'll just be giving 30. Hope this is fine. Just give me a second here. Let me quickly come here and log the this one name of the user, nothing but user dot name. So I'll quickly explain what I've done here. So this one k in key of user, what I have considered here, this one we are iterating through all the keys of the user type. Don't get confused. Again, I'm telling here, read only whatever I have set here, k in the key of user within the array, we are iterating through all the keys of the user type. I hope this is clear, right? So here k in key of user, nothing but we are iterating through all the keys of the user type, and whatever we have set this one read only here, the property read only. So this adds the read only modifier to the each property. For each property, this is adding the read only modifier, right? Attempting to modify the properties will result in an error. Let's see that one. So again, I'm telling k in key of user, this one, basically what we are doing here, we are iterating through all the keys of the user type, and read only whatever I have given here, this adds the read only modifier to the each property. Finally, again I'm telling, attempting if we attempt to modify any properties, it will result in the error. Let's see that itself further, right? Let's try to run the code. Initially we have to get the output Bharadwaj, right? So what error we are getting? Cannot find the name user. Did you mean users? I have given users here. Just give me a second here. This has to be, oh yeah, let me, I can change anywhere. I'll just give here user instead of users. So let me try to run the code again. So yeah, now we are getting the output. This one, we are trying to log the name, right? Name of the user. So we are getting the output Bharadwaj here. So as I have said, so if we try to attempt to modify the properties, that will result in an error, right? So just quickly check that one as well. So let me set the name here. Let's try to update the name with something Gauri. I'll just give here Gauri. So let me try to run the code here. So now you can clearly see here cannot assign to the name because it is a read-only property. We know the read-only property, right? So we are dealing with the read-only to all, adding read-only to all the properties. Nothing but it is mapped types, right? So this is one simple example. So if I try to comment this one and run, we have to get the output Bharadwaj, as we know, right? Let's see. Yeah, we are getting the correct output. So next example, let's go with how to create the optional properties, right? So I'll quickly delete this one. Let me come here. Let me make use of the user itself. Same thing. I'll just consider the similar example. Let me, I would have made changes to that itself. It's fine. I'll just quickly type here age. Just consider it will be of the type number. So type, I'll just consider optional user. So here again, let me consider within the array, I'll just consider kn key of user. So optional property we are considering, right? I'll just put a question mark here. So if you don't know the optional property, I have already explained this one with a very simple examples. Please go through it. So it is very easy to understand, right? So I'll just give here user of K. This one I have considered capital K, right? This is fine. I'll just come out of it. So let me quickly give here user assign this one to the optional user, right? I have considered. Let's assign the user to the empty object and let's give user.name this one here. I'll just assign the name to Bharadwaj within the strings. Finally, let's try to log here user.name, right? So name of the user. This is fine. I'll quickly explain what I've done here. So K in the key of user. So similar to the previous example, this is nothing but what it is doing here is it makes all the properties optional. This one, as we are making use of this one optional property here, you can clearly see the question mark over here, right? So here this one makes all the properties optional and user.name whatever I have used here user.name equals Bharadwaj I have set within the strings, right? So we can assign the values to the optional properties, right? So I have explained this one. We can assign the values to the optional properties. So if a property is not assigned, it will remain undefined here. So if I try to log here something, I have to get the output this one, Bharadwaj. Let's see. Line number 11 error expected, this one. So I have given equals itself right here. What's the problem? Just give me a second here. So yeah, here it is saying in the line number 1, sorry, not 11. I have missed the equals this one right here. So let me run the code again. Error user refers to the type type K cannot be used to the index type user. Oh yeah, this is saying so this refers to the value but is being used a type here. So this one user, this one has to be capital U, right? So I have considered capital U here. So I had given small u. Sorry, let me try to run the code again. Let's see. Yeah, now we are getting the output Bharadwaj, which is completely correct. So basically, again, I'm telling this one here. You can clearly see we are making use of the optional property. Nothing but here K in key of user question mark what I have made use of this one. It makes all the properties optional and user.name is equal to Bharadwaj what I have given here within the string. So we can assign the values to the optional properties. If we don't assign any this one property, so if we try to log the same thing, we will get the value undefined as I've said, right? And also if a property is not assigned, it remains undefined as I have said. So I hope the concept of this one map types is completely clear. Nothing but we saw with the example adding read-only to all the properties and creating optional properties, right? So I hope this concept is completely clear. Next, we will discuss on the conditional types. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.